I can't wait till I get you on the floor, good looking. Hey, going hot, so hot, just like an oven.
And we're back with WSJ Lunch Break. That's Justin Timberlake. He's trying to bring himself back as a musician. You're listening to a clip from Suit and Tie, one of his new singles. John Jurgensen right now is with us. He's one of our entertainment reporters, and he joins me to talk about this comeback. 7 years, 7 long years, right, since his last album almost. What's different this time around for Justin?
Well, 7 years, that's an eternity in pop music, right? But it seems like the thing that really got him going, which was his Disney training back when he was a kid, has really served him well, because within those 7 years, he's been on the biggest variety show in the country, which is Saturday Night Live.
Right.
And other shows, and really kind of showcased his acting and musical talents in that form. So that's really kind of kept him in the public eye a lot.
So how he promoted his album 7 years ago will be very different, I would imagine, John, than this time around. Sounds like he's had a very carefully orchestrated debut. Walk us through some of the key points of that. Right.
I think what they're doing is a smart thing to do, is sort of using this pent-up demand for his music is done around, and they were already rolling it out by mid-January, and they targeted these really big TV events where they could have the biggest splash possible. The first one being the Grammys.
The Grammys.
Where he was a huge presence, even though he wasn't nominated.
Even in the commercials as well,
Even in
right?
the commercials, yeah, big presence in the commercials as well.
All Justin all the
Yeah.
time. You know, you cover entertainment. You're so steeped in this stuff. I'm wondering who else he's on par with in terms of being sort of a multifaceted entrepreneur when it comes to basically his entire entertainment career.
Well, I mean, you could look at the person he's going to be touring with this summer. That's Jay-Z. And you have like a very small group of people who are able to kind of balance a lot of different projects and pull them off pretty smoothly at the same time. Jay-Z being a big corporate entity, his wife Beyonce being a corporate,
Yes.
Another corporate entity. Justin's up there too, but Justin has the acting chops. It's almost kind of an old school approach, this like song and dance man who can do almost everything. You don't really see that so much anymore. People are sort of, start in one genre and then try to jump over to the next. He's tried to move into acting with, varying degrees of success. He's been in some good movies and some flop movies, but it seems like all that has really kind of worked to keep his music career alive. His record company says they've done research to say that he hasn't diminished in visibility in terms of music, and we'll see if that happens.
And the sounds of this new album, John, the same, different?
It's for people who love Future Sex Love Sounds, which was the 2006 release, his last one. It's going to be very different, and I think people are going to maybe have to take a minute to sort of catch up with what he's doing, which is kind of a throwback R&B sound. Lots of horns, lots of sort of retro soul stabs, feels to it. So it doesn't have that sort of like really slinky club sound that the last records did, and it's smart not to sort of try and replicate that. I mean,
he's always been ahead.
He's ahead. I mean, so here he's trying to go ahead by going behind with the sound, with this retro sound. So we'll see if that works for him, because pop music is in a very sort of like clubby place right now, and if he can go with that retro thing and try and make it work for him, that could be an advantage for him.
All right, John Jurgensen.